All right, hey guys, welcome to today's pick a card reading. Today's reading is going to be on what you are manifesting. So like what kinds of things are you bringing in for yourself? What things do you have to look forward to? The energies that you're in and what that is attracting into your vicinity. They could be good, they could be bad. I'm hoping for some great things. And they could be different. It could apply to like so many things. It could be in regards to love, finance, family, yourself, skills, etc. So stick around. And I'm going to insert a picture of the three piles. So instead of like having pre-picked piles, I'm going to just have like pile 1, 2, 3. I wrote them down using, I like picked the colors, wrote them with marker, these little sheets of paper with a stone in front of each one. Alright, and so for pile 1, we have Prasiolite, and this piece has a really nice, it has a bird on it. It looks like an eagle or a phoenix or something, and that's why I picked it. I thought it was very beautiful and I felt like it represented transformation. Pile 2, we have pink Danburite, which is one of my absolute favorite stones. And for pile 3, we have green Tourmaline. It's a very small piece. It's very cute. It looks like a Jolly Rancher. Alright, now I'll insert the overhead picture and let you guys have time to pick. Alright, pile 1. You picked this Prasiolite picture, little stone. Prasiolite is also known as green amethyst, and it comes to, oops, dropped it. And it comes to be similarly to like citrine, where through pressure and heat in the earth, it like loses an ion or something, and the color changes to green. This stone, I picked it initially because it has a, you can't really see it that well. It has a bird on it, like a phoenix. And I feel like when I picked it, I was going through a very transformational time in my life. So you all may also be going through that. I don't know. I got it. I felt like things were very like up in the air. But I could tell that there were good things on the horizon. All right. You need a sip of water. Now let's start with your reading. I'm going to start by pulling, not this deck, hold on, sorry. I have to get up and grab my Supra Oracle, because that's what I feel called to use this time. I'm going to pull a couple from here. Ego, the hidden, and spirit. I'll hold all three of them up for you. Ego, the hidden, and spirit. From this pile, well, from these cards first, I get the feeling that lately you guys know that there is more to what you're supposed to be doing, more to your existence here, that there is more to who you are as a person than what has been, than than your outer self. I feel that many of you, your ego has been very strong. Well, for most of us, your ego has been very strongly shaped by the projections of the people around you, by what people think about you. And it's built up your sense of self. In astrological terms, the sun is the ego. You may be a Leo, but the sun is the ego, and the sun is also the lens through which we view the world, and it is the center of our intellect, so our way of thinking. The ego is the head, it's the mind, you know. But I think deeper, on a spiritual level, you have felt that there is more within you, that there is more to you than what is just on the outside, you know, more to you than just what you think you are or what other people think you are. I also feel that some of you may have had your ego bruised recently, you know. Maybe you were trying to achieve something. Maybe you were applying to schools and you didn't get in. Maybe you had goals that you wanted to reach and it didn't happen. But I think the spirit, they both have wings, but on ego, the wings are tied onto the arms, you know. This is Icarus flying too close to the sun. And so I think that you were trying to fly with wings that were not yours or were not meant for you. That's not to say that you won't have wings, you know, you will have wings. I just think that the direction you were going in was not quite where you were meant to be going initially. And there's more to you, and I think that there's a better fit for you. And I think that's what you're attracting right now, is that better fit. Okay. Rider Waite. This is the original Rider Waite Tarot pack. I didn't show you this is the Supra Oracle. It's one of my favorite Oracle decks. I love it. I use it for meditation all the time. Actually, I'm going to keep these turned like this so that I can read them better. Change my mind again. Now I can see the pros and cons of all the different setups. Anyway, time to focus. Also, pile 1. I don't think it's that you were necessarily taught to stifle your emotions, but maybe your parental figures weren't very emotional and didn't really, were not outwardly emotional, and they also didn't necessarily encourage an emotional expression. It's not that they told you to suck it up. I think it just, you were not in a very emotional household, so it was, I think, difficult for you to learn how to let them out. I also feel that growing up, maybe you had some distance from your mother. It's not to say that she was gone or not around, like, not, well, kind of. Not to say that you're not close to her, but to say that, like, maybe she was busy, you know. Maybe she was working. Maybe she was in school. Maybe she was doing a bunch of, you know, things that which didn't allow her to be close to you. You may have moon in the 12th house. Page of Cups. Ten of Cups. Ooh, that's nice. Five of Pentacles. Death. Ten of Pentacles. Five of Swords. Hold on. There we go. Four of Wands. Eight of Wands. Nine of Pentacles. Oops. Nine of Cups and the Seven of Wands. All right, and on the bottom of the deck we have the Three of Swords. Okay, so I think that many of you I think what you're manifesting are real connections. I think for many of you these are romantic connections, but for some of you I think it may just be like true friendships, bringing in soulmates, soul tribe, etc. I think that many of you have had to leave behind things which you thought were meant to be, things that you thought were bringing you happiness, things which seemed really nice, I think that some of, like, with the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups here, I feel like these things felt like it for you, I do think for a lot of you this is in regards to like romantic relationships. I think that this relationship felt like the end all be all. I feel that it felt like, this is someone I've gone through the ringer with. They've been there for me, I have everything that I need here. But for some reason, you had to leave that behind. And I don't think it was willingly. I think things may have ended with harsh words, but very coldly, in a way where it may feel like you're lacking closure in some way. But I feel that this needed to happen so that you could connect more to your true self and who you actually are as an individual. I feel that for some of you, this connection didn't really foster what you needed, what your soul needed. I think you may have been in a position of giving a lot to another person and not having it reciprocated. I feel like you may have been in a relationship where you felt like you had to be a certain way. You had to be the person that this other person thought you were. You couldn't just be yourself, I think. And so I think that stifled you, and I think it made it difficult for you to feel comfortable expressing yourself truly. I think it made it difficult for you to feel like you can be your true self here. And so you are bringing in stability, one, in yourself, and I think you're bringing in sorry if there's noise. My roommate's dog just ate her pizza. I would be mad too. Anyway, I think for many of you, this is bringing in a sense of self-fulfillment, and a sense, like, I think you've needed solitude so that you can go into those deeper parts of yourself and understand who you are and what you really want. And this is beyond just romantic relationships. I think this is also in regards to your career, regards to your life purpose, in regard to the direction that you're meant to go in life. I think you needed to be alone. I think for some of you, this may have happened 4 or 5 months ago. And so it may feel still pretty fresh, but I think some of you may meet someone which helps accelerate this movement into getting closer to yourself, and accelerate this movement into understanding who you really are. Someone who like matches you and gives you and allows you freedom of self, and allows you time alone, and allows you what you need to be yourself and to have your independence, you know. And I'm not saying that like, oh, this person's going to come in and fix things. That's not how that works. I think that this comes in through you finding yourself and through you getting closer to yourself, and it's you're manifesting it by becoming so satisfied and fulfilled on your own, you know, by being able to fill your own cups and being able to love yourself truly as you have. I think that's part of why this is coming out for pile 1, because 1 is a number of solitude, it's a number of new beginnings. And that's why we have 2 10s here. A cycle. You've just ended a cycle, you know. And I think you're coming to this very high sense of self where you're like, I know who I am. I know what I want. I know how to make myself happy. I know how to take care of myself. And I'm good for how I am, regardless of what's happening around me, you know. I'm going to clarify. With my Thoth deck, a couple of things. You guys have had a lot of healing to do, emotional healing to do. The situation that you left behind, I think part of you, things were very unclear, I think. Seven of Cups, the Tower. Death. Okay, that's too many. I was trying to get some insight on the situation that you left. And the Ace of Swords. I think that this was a situation that I feel that whether, and the Ten of Wands is on the bottom of the deck, I feel that whether you see this or not, or want to see it or not, I think that the situation was not built on a stable foundation. I think that there were too many unknowns. I think that things were so unclear between the two of you. I think that there was a lack of a deeper emotional connection, in the sense of like, I don't think that you were able to be your true self. And if you're not able to be your true self, then how can you express your emotions truly? I think that this may have been something that maybe it happened very quickly, but before you really knew each other. I think that there were so many unknowns and so many unknowns, like just not knowing each other well enough, or like maybe this other person was like not available to you emotionally, but you were. I think that's why this felt well, and I think that's why you may have given so much. But I think clarity struck. I do think things ended suddenly and kind of coldly, but I think that it brought you clarity in the process. Let me get some information about and this person that is coming in. We have the Page of Discs and the Knight of Discs in the world. And more, please. And the Page of Swords. Bottom of the deck is Justice. So you may have Libra placements. You may have, on the top of the deck we got the King of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles. This is someone who is extremely giving. This is someone who is extremely giving and extremely consistent. I think this is someone who could bring you into, you could grow with as a person. I'm seeing this with the universe. It's consistent energy. I'm getting it from the discs. You know, discs are there. They are earth. They're solid. They're stable. They are there. Material. They are always there. And also with the universe being fixed signs and being Saturn, I think that this is something that could last for a long time for you. I also feel this is someone who is very communicative and who pays close attention to your needs and what like what's going on with you. I think they watch you, not in like a sneaky like creepy kind of way, but in a like they pay attention, you know. They notice things. And with the top of the deck being the King of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, and I accidentally picked up the Four of Wands, the Six of Discs, and the Four of Wands. This is someone who is emotionally available and someone who is willing to be there for you long term. It's a place where you can like, it's like, I feel that both of you are independent and you're very happy with yourselves. I think you're very fulfilled on your own. Or at least by the time this happens, you feel very fulfilled on your own to a place where you are able to have this very equal and even give and take between the two of you. You may also have Venus and Aries with the Four of Discs here, which is, as you can see, Venus and Aries. And we have the Four of Wands twice. This is something that is, I think it's passionate but stable, you know. I also feel that it's built on a basis of friendship, and I think that is what makes it so lasting and so well done. I think that you learn how to interact with each other as friends, and that makes it easier moving forward. But I do think that there is, with the Seven of Wands here, difficulty. Like I think you're coming to this place of like self-realization and like self-confidence and self-fulfillment, but you're having a hard time having the confidence and the self-assurance to know that like you're good as you are, you know. I think there's a difficulty with self-acceptance here, you know, and accepting who you are, where you come from, where you've like accepting the downfalls that you've had, accepting the difficulties that you've come across, you know. Difficulties are what help make you into who you are. And I feel that they've helped shape you, and I think that you should take because you are here now, you've been able to overcome a lot of these difficulties that you faced, and you should be proud of yourself for that. You should be able to look back and say, look what I did. Look what I overcame. I'm here. I did that. Because you did that. So you should be proud of yourself. I also think that even though you are coming to this place of self-fulfillment and independence, I think that it's so new that it feels kind of fragile to you. And so you're being very cautious about, I think that there is a new connection coming in, but I think you're very cautious about it and you're very hesitant because this place of independence and fulfillment and like happiness on your own is very new, and so it's fragile, and so you're afraid of messing it up or afraid of letting someone or something in that would get in the way or that would crush all of that, you know. And so I think you are defensive in some ways. I think you're afraid of getting hurt and getting reset to where you were before. But the thing is it's something I talk about a lot. Don't bring past energy into current situations, because what happened in the past will not happen again, because you are a completely different person than you were when you first faced those past consequences. Oh, we also have Scorpio here with death. Just to throw that out there. Oh, sorry. Anyway, I got distracted. I started talking about anyway. But yeah, you can't bring past energy into current situations because you're a completely different person than you were, and you're also dealing with completely different people than you were dealing with. And so if you apply that energy, you can end up repeating cycles in different ways and like self-sabotaging. So be careful not to do that. Here's the Emperor on the top of the deck, the Rider Waite. And as I'm ending this reading with, remember that you are in control of your situation. You are in control of what's happening to you. You know, you're attracting these energies because you have taken the time to work on yourself and to build yourself up as an individual. Okay? You have control. You can face any difficulties which come your way, and you should be proud of yourself. It may be difficult to do that. It may be difficult to accept that, like, you have so much control and so much influence on the situations around you. But I need you to understand that because this is the energy that you are in, this is Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Cups energy is the energy that you are in, and this is the energy that you are attracting into your life. The people that you're attracting into your life, people who are confident, who are satisfied with themselves, people who are self-fulfilled, and you are worthy of these kinds of connections. It's okay for you to have healthy boundaries. That's important. But don't be so excuse me, hesitant and closed off by these things that come in for you, because you're worthy of them. And because if you start, if these people are not giving you what you need, then you can always, you don't need to have it, you know? So you don't need to worry about being stuck in situations where you aren't being fulfilled. You don't need to worry about being stuck in situations where people are not giving to you the way that you give to them. And you don't have to worry about not being cared for, not being looked, not being seen. Those are not things you have to worry about. Because if you start to see it, if that is what's actually happening, and if it's not just a projection that you have because you're afraid, then you don't have to stay there. Because you know better. You are responsible. You can take care of yourself. You are capable. And you are worthy of all these things that are coming in for you. Even if something fell apart before, it's okay. Because there is more to you, and there are more things coming for you. Career-wise, I think that you will be having a lot of great opportunities coming in for you. You also might be some like mathy folks out there. Might be out there doing some tech. Love and career, there are some great things. I think the reason that there was the emphasis on the love part here is because I think that that's what's coming in most presently and most immediately. Regarding career, I think you can do anything that you put your mind to, because I think that you are incredibly well suited. And that's what I'm seeing for pile 1. I hope that resonated. I hope that you liked the reading. See you next time. Alright, hi pile 2. I'm here with your reading. You picked this pink Danburite crystal, which doesn't really look that pink, but it is actually pink. Danburite is top 2, and it ain't 2. It's my favorite stone. Pink Danburite in particular is really good for learning unconditional love. It's an amazing stone for opening up your heart chakra, your crown chakra, and the chakras above it as well. Pink Danburite teaches you how to love from a place of detachment, how to love and still let the things and the people that you love be free. Because how can you truly love something if you keep it caged in? You know, that's not real love. Unconditional love is love which is detached because you allow the thing that you love to be free. You allow it to reach its true potential. And if the love that you are experiencing is holding it so tightly that it cannot fulfill its true purpose, then you are stifling it. You are smothering it, and that's not true love. And so Danburite teaches unconditional love. Danburite also, for me, I have a pendant, not with pink Danburite, with regular Danburite, and it has led to some very close interactions with my ancestors and like angelic forces that I work with and spirit guides, etc. Some like actual, like, oh, you're not going to do the thing you're supposed to do, we're going to make traffic super bad, so then you have to get off the bus and go grocery shopping and then take care of yourself like you were supposed to. But yeah, Danburite, I love Danburite. Moving on, I'm going to pull some cards from the Supra Oracle. Supra. this shape, which reminds me of Metatron's cube. Synchronicity. Ooh. And release. We also have Animus on the bottom of the deck. I'm not pulling it. But Animus is the masculine side of a woman or like feminine person. So I feel that you guys are learning to just let things flow. Learning how to let go, how to detach, and how to just let the energy of things flow. Metatron's cube, this shape, is represent Metatron, the maybe you guys work with Metatron, the Archangel Metatron. Metatron is the archangel that rules over the flow of energy through the tree of life, flow of energy through the universe, and make sure that things are balanced. Metatron was a human, and then, well, this is the story. Metatron was a human named Enoch, and he was very close with God, if you believe in God. And one day God took him. He didn't die. He was just taken. And eventually he became known as Metatron. And so you guys are learning to let things flow. Because I think that you've realized that there's a purpose out there for you, but I think that some of you may have been, with the Animus card that was on the bottom of the deck, I think that you may have been pushing too hard. Overworking things a little bit. And sometimes when we overwork things and overwork energy, it can make it really difficult to allow things to come in for us. So I think a lot of you guys may have been seeing a lot of synchronicities, especially in regards to numbers. You've been seeing a lot of like 222, 333, 444, etc. Not just on the clock, but in other places too. Say like YouTube video, like the timestamps. I think you've been seeing a lot of those. And I think that you're learning how to release control and how to let things flow. I think you've been getting more into the energy of that inhale, that deep inhale, which allows you to take in and receive the energy around you. Because sometimes people will talk about feminine energy as being like receptive and not being active, but the thing is that receptivity and being able to receive and like surrendering and allowing are all active works. They all take work. It takes work to make yourself, to get yourself to just let things happen. It's a lot of internal work. It's internal, you know? And so I think this is what you guys have been learning how to do. And because of that, I think that you're setting forth on this very wild journey ahead. Because I think that by overworking things in the past, and it may have led to a lot of like rocky circumstances, or like just like putting in so much effort and ending up at like dead ends over and over. Because I think sometimes when you overwork a situation, you become so close with it that you have a hard time seeing like what's meant to happen. Not what's meant to happen. You have a hard time seeing the truth, I think, because you're too close to it. And so I think sometimes when you take a step back and let go and come into this receptive energy, I think that you're able to get more of a bird's eye view, because you become receptive to the universal energies and you start to understand how things flow naturally, where they're meant to be going, where you are meant to be going. And I think that's some of what you're manifesting. Now I'm going to get some tarot cards. I'm going to do Waite first. I think you guys need to drink more water. I think you need to take more time to connect with your body and figure out what you need, because if you are trying to make moves in your life, you can only do so much if you're not taking proper care of yourself. Make sure that you're eating properly. Make sure that you're drinking water. Make sure you're getting sleep. Because how can you flow with the energy of the universe, and how can you be receptive if your vessel is not taken care of? You know, if you are not all there because you aren't healthy. Some of you are really tired. I need you to sleep, please. Take a nap. It's okay to take a nap. You don't have to be productive constantly. The Emperor. Yes. That is your energy. The Star. Four of Cups. Very interesting. The Empress. Ooh. Justice. High Priestess. Ace of Cups. 10 of Cups. 10 of Wands. Page of Wands. And I need to get 2 more, so I'm just gonna shift everything a little. Oh, it's a little crooked. Hold on. Let me just fix all this right quick. Alright, Knight of Swords and Temperance. Also, in case you didn't notice, I don't really take reversals unless all the cards in my deck are upright, and if they so happen to come out reversed, I'll take it, but I don't shuffle for reversals. I think this is a group that has a hard time feeling satisfied. As I was talking about before, I think you often are on the go, trying to take care of everything, make sure that everything in your life is going just how it's supposed to be going. Everything has its place. Everything is where it's meant to be. That everyone's doing good. Like, just you're in a very active, like very like protective, authoritative, like kind of paternal energy a lot of the time. And I think that you often have a hard time pouring into yourself. And so I think that, as I said earlier, that you're learning how to get into that flow, how to be receptive. And I think that's why the Star and the Empress are both here. Because I'm looking at the Star and she's pouring water into the earth. She's pouring water into the water. It's into this lake as well, but the water that she's pouring into the earth eventually trickles back into the lake. And so I think that you are a group that is often giving to the people around you, putting it not just like close friends and stuff, but like putting in your energy like into your job, your energy into like or school if you're in school, or like in everywhere but yourself. And I think that you're coming to this realization that if you put more energy into yourself, then it ends up radiating into the energy around you and into the people around you and into everything that you touch as well. There is I think with the four of cups here, it's like there is a thing out there for you, and you know there's a thing out there for you, a purpose, a job, or like something. There is something out there for you, but I think that you it's like the feeling of like from this card I'm getting like someone, because the cup in the Four of Cups is the Ace of Cups. Someone trying to give you your cup, your beginning, the thing that you need, but you're so focused on these three other cups. You're like, no, I need to take care of these ones. You make sure that these are okay. Like, I have so many things to do. I need to focus on this. But in the whole time, you're so focused on that you don't even see what you're meant to have or what's being given to you. The Empress is creation. And part of the reason the Empress is able to create is because she knows when to stop. The wheat in front of her, she knows when to harvest. She knows, because you would not be able to harvest wheat if you did not take the time to put energy into it, if you did not take the time to plant it and water it and to care for it. But she knows when it's time to harvest it. She knows when to stop. I think that's part of the thing here, is you're learning when to stop putting your energy everywhere but yourself. And so I think you're balancing these masculine and feminine energies within yourself. I think that you are like balancing these receptive and like internal and external energies within yourself. I'm looking at the Empress and I'm thinking of Spica, which is Virgo. Well, it's a fixed star in the constellation of Virgo. It lies at sidereal 29 degrees 59 seconds, which is tropical Virgo tropical Virgo 6 degrees or so, 5 or 6 degrees. Anyway, so you may be Virgo. There may be a lot of Virgos in this group, actually. Or Libras, Virgos and Libras, but I think mainly Virgo. Anyway, and so you're learning how to balance these energies. Learning when it's time to cut the wheat from the chaff, when it's like, all right, I've put in so much energy around me, it gets to a point where it's not helping anybody, it's not helping me, and all it's doing is holding me back, and also like, y'all are fine without me sometimes, And so I think you're coming to this place of understanding when to stop. with Justice here and the High Priestess. There's lots of cards about balance here. We have the Emperor and the Empress. I mean, like, they're not balanced on their own, but together they are balanced. Temperance, the Star, balance. Justice and the High Priestess, balance, duality. So I think you know that if you take the time to connect with yourself and your needs with the High Priestess here, to go deeper within yourself and to like, it's like you're putting out so much energy that you can't really receive your own energy. Like, you cannot feel how you actually feel. You have a hard time connect. Like, I feel like a lot of you may have a lot of stagnant emotional energy. You know, lots of frustrations. I think that you have not been able to fully express the frustrations that you felt from a lot of the dead ends that you've had. I think that you may have like applied to a lot of, like, been applying to jobs and not really getting places or something like that. I think some of you may be like budding social media influencers potentially, or like that's an aspiration of yours, but you have a hard time letting yourself rest and taking care of yourself, you know. And so I think what you're manifesting through this this is an interesting tangent we're going on. If you are someone who's trying to be an influencer, I think that part of what you are manifesting through this is, like, one, you'll be getting the results of your hard work with the Ten of Wands here. Ten of Wands, Ten of Cups. And I think through giving to yourself and by connecting with yourself and realizing what you need, what your needs are, what your emotional needs are, what you need for comfort, what your body needs. Once you learn how to nourish yourself, I think you'll be able to better, for some reason, I think that you'll be able to better reach your, the audience that you need to reach. Connect with the people that you need to connect with. I think you'll start to really see the payoff of your hard work once you let yourself rest, because you cannot put out your full potential if you are constantly tired from putting your energy everywhere else. And I think once you take the time to rest, you'll be getting places really quickly, but without draining yourself so much, you know? You don't have to, like, dunk your entire body into the pool of water. You'll be able to, like, put your toes in, and that's enough. Because you'll have so much energy within yourself. You'll have so much of your own potential that has been strengthened and built up that even just a little bit will create huge effects, I think. I think you'll get a lot farther than you realize, and I think that you guys have a lot to say to the world. And I think part of why you've been working so hard is because you're really enthusiastic. It's something you're passionate about and you care a lot about. But before all of that is able to happen, you need to find this balance within yourself. You have the scales here with Justice. Figure out, like, am I putting in, like, it's good to give selflessly, but sometimes we need to have boundaries and figure out, like, am I putting in as much as is being given back to me? You know? Am I putting in as much into this job because it cares about me, or just because I feel obligated to? Hold on, sorry, I realized my phone is unplugged. I don't want it to die. Is it is it because I genuinely care about this job and they care about me, or is it just because I feel some kind of obligation to being overly productive because of the capitalist system that we live in? I think that that's a question you can ask yourself. Why are you putting your energy here? You know? And also, be real with yourself. How do you feel, really? Does your back hurt? Do your feet hurt? Do you have big, big bags under your eyes? Are you hydrated? Have you been eating properly? You know? The star on the Page of Wands. On the Knight of Swords, we have the Three of Cups, the Queen of Wands, and the Ace of Discs. I think that you guys pride yourselves on being very hard workers, and I think that that's a really good trait to have. But I also feel that as you learn to go with the flow, you'll realize that you have things to say to people. You have messages to get out to people. I think that you have a very wide audience that you could reach, and I think that you have a much more creative, outgoing personality than what you're showing right now. I think that what you're showing right now is something that's a little stuck. Not stuck, but like very Ten of Wands, you know, very Emperor, Ten of Wands. Very like hardworking, yes, but these are not the most like fun cards, you know. And I do feel like a large amount of you are trying to be like influencers or YouTubers or something. And I think that the star is here twice, so I do think you should maintain hope in that, and I think it will get you a lot of places, because I think it's something that you're meant to do. I think you're meant to talk to people. I think that you're meant to have an abundance of support and love surrounding you. And I think that this is something, I think that your word, your speaking, what you have to say and your thoughts will bring you so much financial abundance and security. And I think that it will also help ground you and help you find, like, I think your sense of worth, I think, is very closely connected to your, like, you personally. I think your sense of worth is very closely connected to your thoughts and your ideas, and feeling like your thoughts and your ideas are important and that they're listened to. And so I think by connecting to this receptive energy and allowing yourself to be taken care of and not like overworking. I think the biggest issue here is overworking. You could be doing these things so much easier. You're working too hard. Take a break. I think you'll be amazed at how good you'll feel if you take like just a couple days off, if you can. Yeah, take a break. Pile 2. Because there's a lot waiting for you and you're manifesting it, but in order to receive it, you need to take care of yourself first. Okay? And that's all that I have for pile number 2. I hope that it resonated. Feel free to comment below. Let me know. Thank you. Alright, pile number 3. I almost called you pile number 2. I'm here with your... Wow, okay. I'm here with your... You picked the green tourmaline. Green tourmaline is a really great stone for connecting with your heart and connecting with nature. Connecting with your heart like through nature. you know, and deepening your connection with like Mother Earth. I feel like some of you may need to spend more time outside, like go play outside, like specifically play, not just like a walk or a jog, but like go play. I feel like you need to do that. You need to let in some of that like childlike energy, you know. Moving forward, I'm gonna pull you some cards from my Supra Oracle deck. This is by Uusi. It's one of my favorite decks. All right. Animus. Fire. Threshold. Ooh. And the bottom of the deck we have magic. I love this. I love these vibes. These are nice. You guys, I think you have lit your own personal fire under your ass. Personal. That's what I think. I feel like you are so close to some kind of breakthrough. Breakthrough in what? I think that you've embraced this very fiery go-getter energy. And not in a way where it's like the opposite of pile 2. It feels like you're embracing this, like, the world thinks it can stop me. Guess what? No one can. Like, you can't stop me because I'm me. I'm gonna get where I'm gonna go because I am who I am. And it's like a big ego, but not in like a bad way. You know, not in the way where it's clouding your vision or like getting in the way of what you're seeing, but in the way where you're just confident and assured, and you know what you want, and you know where you're going, and you know how to get there. And I think that things very soon are going to be coming to you very, like, extremely quickly. I think that you have been actively trying to like manifest things, doing different, like, if you do like magic and stuff, actively doing like rituals, doing different spells. And I think that this work, you will start seeing the results of it very soon. I think it's going to pay off, because I think, one, the things that you're trying to bring in are meant for you, and that helps, makes it easier. And also because you are so passionate and you have so much of that energy behind you that it's just going to come in like this, you know, it's just going to start appearing left and right, everything that you've been trying to get. And I think that you've been moving in the dark for so long that I get the energy of like the high priestess walking under the light of the moon, but doing it with so much confidence because she's been doing it for so long, because she trusts her intuition so much that she can just get anywhere that she wants to get, Period. It's like I've been walking in the dark for so long that I'm not even scared anymore. I'm so confident. The moonlight is just as bright as the sun to me. And that's what I get here from you. Wow. Love to see it. I also get this vibe of like, what do I have to lose? What's there to lose? Just do it. Nike. I also think some of you maybe you've been through a lot. Lots of difficulties, lots of like speed bumps and stuff that at this point you're just kind of silly. I think that you cope with things using humor frequently. Yeah. Ooh, oops. Let me not shuffle over there. Maybe Leo's. Our birthday is maybe in August. But maybe I'll have Leo's here. Alright, what are you manifesting? Six of Swords. Eight of Swords. Nine of Wands. Temperance. Alright, that was too much. That was simply too much. But I need to take them. Four of Wands, Six of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, Three of Cups, Star, one more. Ten of Cups. All right. Wow. This is so nice. Good job, pile number 3. Good job. Y'all have done the thing. Wow. Y'all, I think y'all have felt so stuck for so you've had so many mental blockages. That's the break. You're having a mental breakthrough, not breakdown. You're having a mental breakthrough. Y'all have been so stressed and feeling so stuck, and like I think the issue was just not seeing things clearly. You know, I think you felt very restricted and like there's only so much I can do. I can only go like in that direction. You know, it's like you have like 10 doors in front of you, but for some reason you only see like only one of them is visible to you, and now suddenly like it's like there's 10 doors in front of you, but like say 9 of them can only be seen by like your third eye, or by your spiritual eyes instead of your physical eyes. And so you've learned to see in the dark. You've learned to see the other things that are available to you and to see clearly. Third eye on fire. You're moving out. You've been through a lot of murkiness, a lot of not knowing where to go, having a lot of harsh, very harsh mental energy, very anxious, very like overthinking, being like, I don't know how I'm gonna get where I need to go. I don't know. I just don't know. But the thing that you didn't understand at the time when you were feeling that way is that you don't need to, because it's all within you already. And I think you know that now. And you're able to look and see, not with your physical eyes, with your spiritual eyes. You are able to see what to do, where to go, and how much is available to you. Nothing can stop you now. Pile 3. Absolutely nothing. Looking at Temperance, this sun symbol over the third eye. You've been enlightened to your possibilities. I need to clarify. Oh my god. This is a Crowley Thoth deck. Temperance clarified by the King of Cups and the Three of Cups. Oh, the Prince of Cups, so that's the King of Cups. I think you all you've learned how to have fun. And I think a lot of your purpose has to do with having fun and doing what's fun to you. What brings you emotional fulfillment and happiness, and just going for it and just doing it. You know, finding that balance between, I think that some of you may have been too serious before, and that is what was keeping you from seeing the possibilities in front of you. You were so serious that you didn't even, none of these options that you had even occurred to you before. And I think you've taken some time, like, I think you've learned to see the humor in some things. I was listening to a reading earlier, actually, where they were talking about, they were saying, like, this pile, like, you make your life seem like a tragedy, but it's more like a comedy. And I know it may sound harsh, but I think your life was really difficult, but I think it's not meant to be. You're not meant to have a hard life, pile number 3. You're meant to have something that moves smoothly, something that's easy and fun and lighthearted. And I think that you have realized, it's like, why was I so serious? What was I, like, why, what was going on? There's something wrong with having fun. And in fact, having fun is how you get, like, for this group in particular, having fun is how you get to where you're supposed to be. I think you realize that. Which is why earlier I was like, I think you need to play more. Go outside and play. Because I think in these moments of play and in these moments of, like, fun, you have more sparks of ideas. You meet people who resonate with you in the process. You know? Yeah, the King of Cups, he has his emotions under control, but he doesn't have to be serious all the time. There are more emotions. Like, having your emotions under control doesn't mean that you can't have fun and can't be happy and you can't experience excitement and, like, childlike joy. You know? Four of Wands clarified by the Hierophant. And the Fool is on the bottom of the deck, y'all. The Fool and the Eight of Pentacles on the bottom. I think Also, regarding your work should be something that you fully enjoy, something that makes you just is a blast to you, like something you look forward to doing all the time. This might also be a pile of entrepreneur. Might be a lot of entrepreneurs in this group. I'm thinking like 60. Why 60 or 70? Not in age. Well, partially in age, but I don't know why those numbers. Anyway, I think for some of you that may be like an address for you, 60, 70, part of your address. I don't know. Anyway, that was, and I think through this realization of balance between like fun and emotion, like in depth, fun and depth, lightheartedness and depth. The realization of that it brings you one, it makes things more enjoyable, more exciting, but it also brings you a lot of structure in your life. Like through fun, you find structure. I think it's easier for you to be I understand. You have learned how to structure your life in a way which is fun to you, which is enjoyable to you. And that lightens things up so that things move way smoother. It makes it so that you do well in everything that you do. I think for a lot of you, maybe you had to take a break from something and now you're returning to it. You're able to return to it in a way where things work out so much better than you ever thought they would. And it's all because of this restructuring. You've learned how to make your own life easier, how to make your own life more enjoyable and more fun for you. It's something I had to do. I've been working on doing myself. And it's helped significantly. But you learn how to restructure your life in a way that makes things more fun, more enjoyable. And let me get a card on this. Can I get the Six of Wands, please? The Page of Swords. Well, I think it also, that's the King of Swords. And I think it also makes it so that you're able to see things more clearly because you've restructured things. But the thing is even though this makes things more fun for you, it also was just a logical decision to make. In the process of making this logical decision, you've opened yourself up to more fun, more stability, more like being able to. I think you'll also be able to make money doing things that you love, doing things that are fun to you. Clarify the Star. The King of Pentacles. Ooh. We love to see it. My moon's in Capricorn. I love coin. Five of Swords reversed. This balance brings you a lot of tangible abundance, monetary abundance, and also just more structure to your life. I think it really helps you overcome many of the difficulties that you face. And I think that a lot of your difficulty has been like a lot of people, people tend to project, and so I think you had a lot of issue with people projecting onto you and thinking what you're doing isn't going to be successful, or like doubting what you're doing, and then that you internalize this, and it made it really difficult for you to see the potential in what you're doing. And I think with the Queen of Pentacles here, this thing that you have returned to is something that you've been nurturing and caring about and like focusing on for a while. It's something that you actually genuinely care about, and you've put so much energy into it that it would have been a waste for you to not see it through. I think you're able to do that, and I think that one, you'll have fun doing it, and two, it'll bring you a lot of opportunities, career opportunities in the future. I want to ask what kind of career opportunities. You got the Two of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. So regardless what the career opportunity is, it's something that you'll have a lot of options, and I think it'll be very flexible for you. Like you'll have the ability to choose what you want to do. You have a lot of freedom, and regardless of it, I think you will make more money than you think you have imagined that you could make at this point in your life, or you'll be at a state of like financial abundance that like you don't have to worry about money. You'll have so much that you can give to people around you. Three of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. You'll be able to give to the people around you. Be a provider. And you'll be able to travel. I mean, like post-COVID, you'll be able to travel. Go new places, see new things. And like I think you'll also be able to put more energy into these. But I think you also have a lot of like side endeavors and like side projects that you are very passionate about. Lots of passion projects in this group. Like you have this main thing that you've been working on that you're going back to, but like you also have a lot of passion projects that you also want to work on. And I think once you complete this, but also with this restructuring, you are able to nurture all of it. You are not a jack of all trades, master of none. You are a master of all. Okay, because you have made the logical decision to restructure your life in a fun way, in an enjoyable way. And I think that that's beautiful. You still have a couple more minutes. Let's see what else they have for you. The Seven of Cups. King of Pentacles. The Lovers. Strength and the King of Cups. One, don't limit yourself. I also think that there will be love coming in for you. Someone who is equally as free and excited and like open-minded as you, coming in to meet you. You know? Someone who will value this childlike aspect of you, and someone is also very mature, you know, someone that you can be real with, someone that will love you for all parts of who you are. If that's something that you struggled with before, having to hold back or stifle parts of yourself for the sake of other people and for the sake of being accepted, you know, sometimes feeling like too much for others. And also, don't hold yourself back, pile number 3. If you feel like you need to do something or pursue a project, then just do it. The worst could happen, it doesn't go anywhere, but like that's okay, at least you tried. Because like high risk, high reward, you know? Just do it. I also think that because you'll have this level of financial abundance, you'll feel more comfortable pursuing any type of love or romantic situation. Oh, look at that. I got the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. We have a pair here. Okay. Two people who care about each other, who provide for each other, who look after one another, who are consistent, who are there long term, who really nurture one another, you know. And we also have the King of Cups here twice. And so not only will this be something that is, I think it's something that's built on friendship, but I also think that this is something that has a great level of emotional depth and understanding and compassion. Especially with strength here. But I think that this person maybe like in the process of leaving something else behind, which is I think part of why the emphasis on you is on your career at this moment. Because I think even though they'll be consistent and they'll be there for you, they have some things they need to work on right now, which need attention right now in order for them to be prepared and to be ready and to be open when it's time. There's lots of divine timing in the works here. In the meantime, focus on that bag. Lots of things in the works. Things are looking great for you, pile number 3. I hope that this resonated. Let me know in the comments. And thank you. Subscribe if you want.